Hello Shah Jahan, good morning, and thank you very much that you shared your credentials, and make sure that you actually verify your email ID because your email ID is not verified yet. So you click the button whenever and you'll get a link, and you just click the link and it will be getting verified. Otherwise the system will not help you next time. So make sure you can verify. So let's jump into discussion that what happened in your recent PT examination. If I go on my activity and click view a score, and you can see that you didn't get your required score, and the reason behind this I'll be telling. So you can see you got 49 overall, but 47 in listening. You got 54 in reading, 49 in speaking, and 54 in writing as well. So you need to go on the view skill profile. Now try to understand, this is the main thing that you need to know. So here, if you have a look that in this particular area that you got 49, and why you got 49, first we need to understand these things. So your speaking is depending on extended speaking and short speaking. So your extended speaking, what it is, the whole bar is 90. Out of 90 you are in the level of 45 to 50. What does it mean? It means that when you do read aloud or describe image or retell lectures, because all are 40 seconds task, when you are speaking you are not speaking continuously. Continuously means, I told you, the way you can speak chunk by chunk, the way you are speaking with a rhythm, the way you are speaking with a natural tone, continuous speaking. You didn't do that one, and I'll show you what happened, and that's the reason it impacted your score in the speaking. Now next one is short speaking. You can use short speaking means your repeat sentences and answer short question. So these two tasks, it's also linked with your listening, you know that. So here, whenever you got poor score in your short speaking because of repeat sentence, it impact your listening as well as speaking. You know that out of 90 it is close to 40. So the way you perform, that was not up to mark as well. And another one is the way you did read aloud, your open response speaking and writing. This is about your read aloud and summarize written text. You can see that out of 90 it is close to 50, but you can get better score. But the way you did read aloud, you didn't get good score. So it is linked with your reading and speaking, because read aloud is a part of speaking and reading, and summarized written text is a part of reading as well as writing. So you can see it impacted. Now why you got poor score in the writing? You can see here your short writing. Your short writing is your write from dictation and your listening fill in the blanks, and you got in between 50 to 55. That means not good enough. And the way you have written your essay, you got not more than 5 to 6 out of 15. That means you lost at least 7 marks in your writing sections. That's the reason. And definitely your reading is impacted because of the fill in the blanks. But if you improve your read aloud and summarize written text, automatically you can get extra 10 marks in your in your reading, because if you improved your read aloud and summarize written text, and speaking is the way you spoke. Now when you did the Pearson mock test, even when last time we talked, I told you that the way you are doing, if you're not showing the consistency, if you're not performing the way I told you, it will be very hard, because you worked with me for 6 hours. The way I tried to make you understand, you understood, but you were not consistent. What does it mean consistent? Say when you were practicing in front of me, somehow you can make the balance, but when you are doing it by yourself, even later part when you did AP Uni mock test, you are not doing in the correct manner. So in this particular video, I'll try to make you understand that what mistakes you made at the time of practicing. And I told you multiple times that you cannot make that mistakes, but somehow you didn't take care of these things. Now, before going to the your AP Uni practices, even the Pearson mock test practices, I can also check your Pearson mock test that you took. So if I go on the Pearson mock test, you can see here I am in the Pearson mock test. I'm clicking. So I'm in the Pearson mock test. You can view results. You can see that in the Pearson mock test, you got 47 in speaking, 44 in reading, 34 in listening, and 42 in writing. And I gave you the information as well that what are the mistakes you made, because it was on 30th May, because 15 days ago you sat for that Pearson mock test and overall was 45. So you can see a true reflection. Though people, when they are going to sit for the exam, because they don't have enough time, they are in a rush, they want to take the decision based on they are practicing on different portal. But honestly speaking, I told you from the day one that you cannot depend on the portal the score you are coming from. So that is very important. So whatever the score you got in the Pearson mock test, you got the similar type of score in the final exam after 15 days of practicing. You just a little bit improve. Now recall when I had a chat with you and your brother, I told that you need more time because you need to practice more. Otherwise, at the end of the day, it's not about like sitting for the exam and getting the score. It's all about what are the mistakes you're making. You have to understand and you have to avoid those mistakes. So already you sat for the exam on 16th June, that is day before yesterday, and you didn't get your required score. $465 gone. That is, again, you have to sit for the exam. So that is the mindset I always ask to develop when someone is trying to practice by themselves. It's not about that you can push the best. You have a limit. You have to understand that you have to practice the way you can take that load and practice one by one. Now, I cannot give you all the feedbacks the way you didn't get good score in your writing, reading and listening, but I can give you the feedback for speaking because I can show you right now that what mistakes you made based on your practicing on the AP Uni portal, even the way you did the mock test on Pearson official mock test, that one. So definitely you have to understand, but my suggestion is, mate, please trust me that without getting good preparation, without practicing, without showing the consistency of your performance, don't sit for the exam next time because it will not help you at all. The way you performed your extended speaking, the way you showed your fluency in read aloud, describe image and detail lecture, it was not at all good to get 58 plus that you need. Your short speaking was not good at all. It was impacted. Listening was impacted heavily because of this, your short speaking. Your speaking was impacted heavily because of short speaking. Your reading is impacted because of your read aloud approaches. Your writing is impacted because your short writing and extended writing, that is your essay and write from dictation, listening, fill in the blanks. The way you made the spelling mistakes, it ruined at least 10 marks in your writing, in your listening and reading as well. So you can see that you have to improve all these areas. Now, what I'll be doing right now, I'll be sharing your AP Uni performance and try to listen one read aloud the way you did the last time. So if I go on your AP Uni, so this is the mock test you took on 5th of June. That is, you took the exam on 16th. 11 days ago you took that full mock test. In this mock test you got 58 in speaking, 43 in reading, 54 in listening and 57, almost similar type of a score, but definitely the speaking score is not right. I told you multiple times the way AP Uni checks, that's not at all good. So if I give you the feedback on the read aloud, I will give only one feedback in the read aloud so that you can understand. So let's listen together. You got 58, but I told that the way it gives you a score, it is not accurate. So let's listen together so that you can understand.
The gray wolf is an extremely adaptable species and is one of those animal species that survived the last age. The
You can see that spacious, that is a spacious, that means the way you are pronouncing that what is not right. On top of that, here there is a long pauses, so it's not about the way you have to speak. You have to speak continuously. That is not going to happen. So when you are speaking all the time, you are doing like that, but it was good. But what you did in the Pearson mock test, that was not up to mark as well. But if I complete the whole audio,
gray wolf physically characteristic enable it to adapt quickly to the
so you can see that now you are speaking word by word. Your first sentences you spoke chunk by chunk, and now you came to your original way of speaking, that is word by word. Means the gray wolf's physical characteristics enabled it. That means you are speaking word by word. If you speak, you will not get a score in the speaking because it is not the way that actually calculated in the fluency, the way you are speaking continuously in the back end by the system. So definitely that is the mistakes. And how I know that you're speaking word by word all the time, if I go on the recorded version of the Pearson mock test. So if you see that it is your recorded mock test, Pearson mock test A, and you are doing the first task, number 7 task, sorry. And even number 7, that means you have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all read aloud. But even in number 7, your way of speaking is similar like the way you're speaking word by word. Listen carefully so that you can understand.
children as young as 14 months old will help others for no reward. But a study of 3 to 5 years old
You can see that you're speaking children as young as 14 months old will spontaneously help others. That means you are speaking word by word. That is not the way you have to speak. Children as young as 14 months old, that means this is the chunk. You can make the children one chunk, then as young as 14 months old is another chunk. So you have to speak children as young as 14 months old will spontaneously help others for no reward. So you have to make sure that you are chunking, not speaking word by word. That is the main problem. I told multiple times that if you don't speak in that way, definitely you will not get the best score. Second point, if I go on your APUNI, if I go on the speaking and go on the describe image, the way you did, I am not happy because I told multiple times, please don't use your own structures the way I told, but rather use the way I taught you so that you can get the best score. You can see if I play the audio, then you can understand.
UK organic livestock's numbers was the main topic of the.
So you can say UK organic livestock number. That means you're speaking word by word. You cannot speak word by word. It is the main problem. If you speak, you will not get the best score. That's the main thing. Now, if I listen fully,
Much. This image gave some information about cattle. This image is showing some curricular aspect revealed in this image are pigs and poultry. This image gave some information.
I told multiple times that don't repeat the same kind of statement. This image, this image, this image. That is not the way. And you understood. I am not understanding that why you are coming back to the same positions, whatever you learned after me, and you didn't do well in that particular area. So, friend, I am not happy because why? Because you didn't give yourself proper time. You were in a rush, number one. Number two, you thought, okay, I know the formula, now I can speak. No, it's all about practicing. I told you, when you are driving, you cannot drive the best in your day one and day two. When you are continuously driving with following all the rules and regulation, then you can do the best. So the same thing, the way you are performing, I showed multiple times that you should not speak in that way. The manner of speaking word by word, like I know Shah Jahan who is living in Melbourne. This approach will kill your fluency score, and no way you can get the best score in your PTE Academic speaking. And that is also ruining your reading score, because read aloud is important for your reading as well. No way you can get the score. I told multiple times that if you have 10 minutes that you can easily understand the describe image template, everyone who is very poor at English, even didn't take PTE or any kind of exam earlier, they got that within one day practicing of the template of the describe image. But why you didn't do it, I don't know, but definitely you are matured enough, you know what to do. I told you that when you are here, you earn by yourself, you pay by yourself, so you are the decision maker. But as a PT trainer, I can tell you, you have to follow some particular guidelines and you have to follow it religiously. What does it mean religiously? That the way I told you, you have to follow exactly. You cannot mix your thought with my thought. That is the main problem here, that you learned and then you always used your own way of understanding and mix and matches and make a blenders, and that is not at all good things for that particular things. If you have a look that the way I can do the describe image for you, so if I read, so it is the title, UK organic livestock numbers. What is the categories? Cattle, pigs, poultry, sheep. In the years from 2011 to 2020. And what is the maximum? The maximum is, I can see the poultry is the maximum in 2020. And what's the minimum? The minimum is pigs. It is almost zero. So if I speak in that way, you can listen carefully so that you can understand how much confident I am. I am using a structures, and that helps me to speak confidently without any hesitation, without speaking word by word. 3, 2, 1. The image describes UK organic livestock numbers across different categories such as cattle, pigs, poultry, and sheep. It also provides important information that the highest contribution in the year of 2020 for sheep is approximately 3,500. On the other hand, the lowest contribution is from 2011 to 2020 is the pigs is almost zero. After analyzing the image, it can be concluded that this image is showing some crucial information strongly supported by important facts and figures having great impact on sheep and cattle, where sheep in 2011 was 1,000, but it is decreasing day by day. So you can see that I said just a couple of numbers from here, but still I did fantastic in terms of the fluency, in terms of speaking all the information all together within 30 seconds. So that is the thing. So what you should do, like what is the measures you should take? What are the things you need to do right now? I will suggest you think wisely. Don't go for the exam next time without fixing your problems. Making the same mistakes next time, again, it's a ruin of $465. If you have money, you can do it multiple times. I don't have any problem. But as you are my students, I must suggest you solve the problem. You need antibiotics first, then you have to be cured. So now the problem is, it's not about viral fever that, okay, I'll take rest for 2-3 days, then go for that one. No, you have problems in speaking, you have problems in the writing and reading and listening. You have to work on this. You have to prove it by practicing and doing mock test, and then you have to get feedbacks. You can do it by yourself the way I told you, definitely. But you have to make sure that if you are not improving, no way means no way you can get your required score, that is 58. That is not at all difficult to achieve in your next attempt. I am saying that you are potential, you are a quick learner, but at the end of the day, you also think that don't take it that, okay, I can do it, I can get the score. No, it doesn't happen like that. And don't compare yourself with your brother, don't compare yourself with your friend. You are different from everyone in the world. Because you can see in a particular family, if there are 4 brothers, all brothers are different in their studies. The same thing happen. Make sure what are the mistakes you are making, what are the areas you have to improve, work on those areas, and definitely you can get the score. If you have any suggestions or if you need any kind of help, knock me on WhatsApp, I can help you. But I am not happy because you didn't follow the way I told you in the 6 classes. But my suggestion will be that if you follow it religiously, rigorously, so that definitely you can get your score in the next attempt. Wish you all the best, and any questions you have regarding your performance in the PTE academic preparation, without hesitation, knock me on WhatsApp. I can help you. Thank you.